Showalter grounded out to Clausewitz at third in her lone plate appearance today, and this one is skied into left center field. Hannick going back, and it's over the wall. Jackie Showalter with a bomb, and Wisconsin leads by 2. Her 5th of the season to left center field to double the lead.
Got all of that one. Thought it was hit, honestly, off the bat a little too high to carry out. Just gets over the wall. An absolute moonshot from Jackie Showalter to add on that lead. And all things considered, been a pretty great day for Abby Britton inside the circle. Couple of blemishes here and there, but 2 runs on 4 hits. And Wisconsin's doing what they need to defensively.
Conger squares to bunt. Britton throws over, and the throw is off. That's a great play by Michaela Barbonente to kick the ball and keep it in play, and it keeps Conger at first. But she lays down a perfect bunt, and she's aboard with 1 away.
Any way you can create traffic on the base paths, you'll take. And it looks like that's going to be the end of the line for Britton's inside the circle.
Bridget Namath was warming up for Penn State. Larissa Crowell out of the dugout. Adriana Baguetta comes out as well to discuss with the home plate umpire Antonio Flores, and Abby Britton's day is done. 4 1/3. She gives up 4 hits, 2 earned runs with 5 strikeouts and no walks. Bridget Namath will take the circle for Penn State when we come back. Bridget Namath will take the circle for Penn State. Hannah Conger on first base. It could have been more, Jeremy, after this bunt. Keep an eye at first at Michaela Barbonente kicking the ball to keep it in play. And it saves it from going way out to foul territory on the wall.
Yeah, big save, something that won't show up on the score sheet necessarily, but will show up in the film room later on. Barbonente was kind of set up backwards to receive that ball off the first base side. The throw from Britton gets away. Barbonente does everything she can to keep it from getting too far away.
Conger goes, the pitch is in the dirt, and just like that, Conger is on second base. Top of the order up for the Badgers. Emily Bojan is 0 for 2 today. As Bridget Namath takes the circle, we saw her yesterday. She got the start. Pitched 3 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned with 4 strikeouts. The 1-1 fouled back. Namath is the ace for this Penn State team, but Jeremy, so much more depth than they had the last couple of years, and she did not pitch last year, and that was a big reason for the lack of depth.
Yeah, you know, you lost your ace coming off of a phenomenal freshman campaign back in 2024. Had to rely on a mix of arms who weren't necessarily used to the workload. You know, you've got your rotation and you're expecting Namath to kind of be at the helm of it for last year. She's not, and then you kind of have to scramble around with the rest of your pitching staff. And was a lot of reliance on the offense this time around this season. You've got 5 arms that you can go to.
Chamberlain will throw down to second after she blocked the 2-2 that was in the dirt. Count is full, and Conger back to second in time. Got a big secondary lead. 3-2, 1 on, 1 away in the top of the 5th. That's popped back.
Looked to have almost been a balk there from Namath. Right before that pitch, she started going a second, got a new sign in from Chamberlain. Looked a little dicey there, but no harm, no foul for the Penn State ace.
Emily Bojan works a walk as the 3-2 misses upstairs.
And Namath was able to work through the order about a time and a half yesterday before giving up really any trouble. So see how she can settle in this time against the same exact order that she saw yesterday.
Coach C is going to go to the circle.
Not the spot you want to be in. Runners on first and second, 1 gone. Hillary Blomberg at the plate, probably the best power bat in this order.
Blomberg with 8 home runs this season and batting .398 in a big spot with 2 on. Blomberg, Lucy on deck, Lewis in the hole. Namath is good to go. She threw 63 pitches yesterday, 41 of them strikes. First pitch to Blomberg, a called strike. There is a warm breeze hitting us in the booth, and it feels phenomenal.
I've just been sitting here enjoying it. The less I talk about it, the better it's going to be.
The 0-1, another called strike.
Oh, haven't heard this song here yet. Oh, the Joker and the Thief, a little nod to Beaver Stadium.
No hesitation from Namath, and she strikes out Blomberg swinging. She got back in the circle quick between pitches in that at-bat.
We talked about it yesterday, too, just her ability to keep up that pace, to keep things on her time, and it was back in the circle, quick pitching.
Lucy hits it into right center field, and coming over to make the grab is Lido. Bridget Namath, 4 straight strikes, and that will do it for the top of the 5th. She got hot after stepping into the circle. Penn State trails by 2, though, after the home run from Jackie Showalter. Wisconsin up 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 8-9-1 due up for Penn State in the bottom of the fifth. Gradishar, Flesher, Barbonente. And in right field for Wisconsin now is Addie Blomberg replacing Kendra Lewis.
Got an on-deck potential pinch hit situation here. Bridget Namath, who took an at-bat in the, I believe, first inning in yesterday's matchup, had a single. And she'll, looks like, get the call here as she's now into the lineup as a pitcher so she can hit.
Gradishar ahead in the count, 3-0. That's really been the only issue today for Shelby Jacobson. She has 5 walks, only 2 hits, 1 strikeout. She's set for the 3-0, and it's in the dirt. Gabby Gradishar with a leadoff walk. Bridget Namath will pinch hit for Frankie Flesher. Gradishar on first after a 4-pitch walk, and Namath steps into the lefty batter box.
Yeah, Namath into the order. Once again came in, had that single into center field, right back up the middle, and then Flesher came in to pinch run for her, who came around to score on that Jordan George grand slam in the first.
Lets the first pitch go away. She goes with Luke Combs for her hitting walk-up song.
Good choice. Once again, could just be a weather thing, but this is a perfect day for some country music. Pitch count up over 90 now for Shelby Jacobson on the day.
Another one outside from Jacobson.
With that pitch count now up to 94 pitches on the day.
Livette Healy and Clarissa Crowell are also having a conversation.
Checking over maybe some substitutions that potentially weren't communicated. yesterday and also threw again in the bottom of the 6th inning. So if she does come in to throw here, it will be appearance number 4 in 3 days, but no hook just yet. A lot of belief in Jacobson on the mound. 96 pitches for Shelby Jacobson, approaching 100.
And the top of the order comes up for Penn State, Michaela Barbonente, who has drawn 2 walks already. Barbonente squares to bunt down the first base line, and the ball is fumbled. Coming around to score is Gradishar. Namath to third, Barbonente to second. Perfect bunt by Michaela Barbonente. They tried to lay down the tag, and the ball popped out of the glove.
The importance of 2 hands on the ball. Showalter makes a good play to get back down the line to get that ball. Pick it up off the ground, goes to tag Barbonente, and kind of carries her back down the first baseline. Another gritty on base and some dance moves from Barbonente. You see her square to bunt. She works down the line, and as Showalter's kind of picking it up, she's trying to tag Barbonente at the same time and just doesn't have the squeeze on the ball. So you get a run across the board there, and some conversations. It might be a check-in to see if there was interference on the part of Barbonente, who does have to be careful with contact while Showalter is actively fielding the ball.
The umpires meet, as do both teams.
So a conversation to...
Namath and Barbonente are still just dancing on base. Bridget Namath is hitting the floss on third. I haven't seen that dance move in I don't know how many years.
She's Millie rocking every dance move you can come up with. And the umpire's mic unfortunately isn't on, so we were unable to hear exactly what was happening. Looks like they're going to try to fix it as Namath continues her dance marathon over at third base.
Wisconsin is challenging for batter interference.
And definitely going to be dicey because Barbonente there was no contact between the two of them until Showalter had kind of already picked her glove up off the ground. Didn't look like she interfered with the exact play on the ball. We'll definitely get another look at it. Something that could go either way. Remember, the call on the field is that there was no interference. Good bunt laid down from Barbonente. She's definitely up the line a lot, but does return to the base path. And as Showalter's already picked the ball up, is when she goes to make the tag. So we'll see. We talked about this yesterday. Thank God we're not the people who have to make the decisions about this one.
And Michaela Barbonente's dancing on second. Her mom is dancing on the concourse, and they're looking at each other.
Was flossing with her.
And now it's Barbonente and Namath hitting a floss off. And Michaela's mom, Jackie, is still in on it. This is awesome.
Vibes are high. You've got a sprinkler from Brooke Clausewitz right outside the dugout. Abby Britton is getting her dance moves on inside the dugout. Vibes are high on a beautiful day out here in State College. No dance moves just yet from the Wisconsin side. Waiting to see if they turn this into a battle of any sorts.
Umpires have made their decision.
Once again, happy we don't have to.
Call is confirmed. There is no batter interference. Penn State is on the board, and they have 2 in scoring position with nobody out.
Still awaiting the official scoring decision on that one. Presumably an E3 that goes against Showalter. We'll update you guys. For everybody else keeping the book at home through this one, it will be a sack bunt E3.
Brianna Hannick walked and singled in her 2 plate appearances. It's chopped to third, and Bark throws to first. Namath and Barbonente hold up. One away. Brings up Brooke Clausewitz. Allison Oneacre on deck. First pitch is inside. After scoring 14 yesterday, 6 in the first inning, it took Penn State until the bottom of the 5th to get on the board. The 1-0 right down the middle.
Some more pop from Shelby Jacobson here on her 100th pitch of the outing. She fires that one in.
Clausewitz pops it to right field. Blomberg coming in. She can't make the catch. Namath around to score. Here comes Barbonente. Clausewitz to third. She slides in safely. Penn State takes the lead as Brooke Clausewitz slides into third. It's 3-2 Nittany Lions. Addie Blomberg just came into right field. She couldn't track it down. Namath and Barbonente around to score, and Penn State is on top.
It looked like Blomberg just didn't realize how quickly that one was dumping in. She was coming in pretty, at a pretty slow pace, kind of floating in towards that ball initially. Then it dove down in front of her, and she couldn't get there on the diving attempt. Clausewitz ends up on third, and just like that, the dance moves have propelled the Nittany Lions to the lead.
There's Blomberg. You see her hesitate before coming in, and she was just a step behind the ball and had to dive. Went off the glove as Oneacre pops a bunt up. Bark makes the play, throws back to third. That's a nice scoop by Conger to keep that from going into the outfield. Clausewitz back in safely, 2 away. Kara Bonner will pinch hit for Jordan George. Bonner, a Towson transfer. First pitch goes by for a ball. Bonner, senior from Danville, Pennsylvania.
One of just 2 transfers on the squad for Penn State this year, alongside McKenna Young, and what was a 10-man recruiting class. 2 transfers, and Young and Bonner, 7 freshmen, and then Frankie Flesher moving over from the Penn State women's soccer team to the softball squad.
First strike of the at-bat to Bonner. She entered the portal and knew she wanted to come to Penn State. Local kid, and Coach C reached out. The rest is history. Hit to first, and it's off the foot of Showalter. Clausewitz scores. Bonner will hold up at first and slide back in safely. It's 4-2 Penn State. The Nittany Lion bats have come alive in the bottom of the 5th.
It's been really Wisconsin kind of beating themselves up defensively. You've got the E3 on the bunt from Barbonente, a play that Blomberg might have been able to get to in right with a better angle. And that one hit towards Showalter at first, and she can't handle it. And just like that, the Nittany Lions with another 4-run inning. Once more, still awaiting that official ruling on what might be a hit from Bonner.
That one's outside, 2-1 to Natalie Lido.
Kind of one of those counts where you know you're going to get a pitch to challenge you. Dig in on your back foot, see if you can drive something.
Went down as a triple for Brooke Clausewitz to bring around 2 runs. The 2-1 fouled back.
Diving attempt kind of negates the idea of an error. So that one comes through, still waiting to see what the official ruling is.
3 errors in this inning for Wisconsin. The 2-2 is skied into left field. Foster is there and under it. Penn State brings across 4 in the bottom of the 5th. Blunders by the Wisconsin defense have the Nittany Lions up a pair of runs. We go to the 6th. Penn State up 4-2.
Plan your family fun in the ultimate playground at visitcalifornia.com.
Bridget Namath out to the circle for her 2nd inning of action as the Penn State offense comes alive in the bottom of the 5th. Penn State leads 4-2.
It's a tale of 2 games, right? You got yesterday's game, offensive firepower, 24 hits, 22 runs pushed across by both sides. Today it's been a lot more small ball, a lot more, forcing the defense to make mistakes, whether they're errors in the book or not. Been a lot of pressure by both of these sides, and both teams with a pair of errors, along with some other defensive miscues that have really propelled the offenses. Penn State with a big 4 spot there to get their first lead of the afternoon.
Lewis, Bark, and Foster due up for the Badgers in the top of the 6th. Count 2-1 to Kendra Lewis. Two and two. Lewis watches it go by. On the other side, Shelby Jacobson has thrown 112 pitches. Lewis stays alive and fouls it back. Namath is fresh. Just 12 pitches. She did pitch yesterday, though. She saw the most action for anyone in that Penn State rotation. Lewis hits it to short. One Acre backhands, throws to Gradishar in time. What a play from 1 Acre to Gradishar. Penn State doing it on both sides, and 1 down in the top of the 6th.
And I'll be honest, that throw from 1 Acre looked tailor-made for the dugout.
Yep.
And floated itself down far enough for Gradishar to reach up there and make a play. That's what you got her at first base for.
One is pushed foul. 1-1 to Olivia Bark, who is 0 for 2. She fouled out and struck out looking. This one is high. Good take from Bark. Looked like she wanted it. Namath quickly back to the circle. The 2-2. Low and in, the count is full to Whitten. Runner on second with 2 away. Namath's payoff. Pulled foul. Kaylee Whitten stays alive.
1 for 2 today for Kaylee Whitten. Everything towards left field. She's been ahead of all she's seen. Kind of why you saw Namath go to that off speed a couple of times. And you saw her with the fastball there, yank it down the third base line. She's been on the heater all day long, definitely firing on anything inside.
Wisconsin hitting 1 for 9 today with runners on base. We'll do it again at 3-2. And Whitten stays alive again, making Namath work for it. Hit to short, 1-acre, can't make the play. Bark rounds third, and she comes in to score. A 2-out RBI single for Kaylee Whitten, and Wisconsin pulls back within 1.
Just such a good piece of hitting. Such a clutch piece of hitting from Kaylee Whitten right there. Came through last at bat, or excuse me, came through in the second inning to drive in that run earlier on. Another RBI single there with 2 outs. She's been clutch whenever she's been called upon throughout the course of this weekend. Had the go-ahead sacrifice fly on Friday night as well, and has been a big 2-out hitter. Had a 2-out double on Friday night. Another RBI scenario there. So Kaylee Whitten, whenever she's been called upon, has absolutely answered the phone.
Ava Parent comes in to pinch run for Whitten. Freshman walk-on with a lot of speed on the base paths. Brings up Jackie Showalter, who homered in her last at-bat, as Parent, right on cue, steals second.
And this is what that hit from Whitten can do. You get a good piece of hitting from her.
I think Penn State will challenge.
Might be challenging to see if she left early. It's definitely in there safely. Think that might have been what the appeal was. Couldn't hear the umpire all too clearly. Believe today it's Ryan Grandy who is on the microphone and as the head umpire. But we'll take a look to see if she left early. Couldn't exactly tell in full time off that first look. We'll get a nice slowed down look. Thank you guys and the support of our replay team for that. See if that foot comes off a touch
right
early.
When the ball comes out.
She very bang bang. Also hard to see with the bright yellow softball. As we'll get another lovely slowed down look here. Arm is coming around. Hard to tell when the ball's out exactly. Once again, great work by our replay crew. Still in her hand here. She's still on the bag.
Right
She's off the bag there.
So
and it looks like the ball might still be in Namath's hand. Hard to tell once more from this angle just because we can't actually see exactly when it gets released.
great job by our crew, led by our director, Katie Walpole, behind the scenes. And the umpires have made their decision.
It's a relatively quick call. We'll see what the deal is.
Call has been overturned. She left early. And Penn State mobs Coach C. That will do it for the top of the 6th inning. The challenge successful for Penn State. Parent left first early, and the Nittany Lions lead it 4-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th on Big Ten Plus. Parent goes early, and that does it for the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th in an unorthodox way, and a huge shout out to our replay operator, Lauren Caba, for getting us the shots as Ava Parent left first early and ends the top of the 6th. A successful challenge by Clarissa Crowell and Penn State. Takes us to the bottom of the 6th with the Nittany Lions up 1 run. The bottom of the order, Chamberlain, Gradishar, and Namath are due up for Penn State. Chamberlain is 0 for 2 today. She has grounded into 2 inning-ending double plays, so maybe better that she's batting leadoff if you're Penn State.
Fresh slate can never do you no wrong.
She pulls this one down the left field line, and tracking over to make the grab is Foster in foul territory. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. But again, the good news for the Nittany Lions, that only accounts for 1 out.
Take the small victories, right? Take what you can get. Still waiting for Chamberlain to really find her groove here in Big Ten play.
Brings up Gabby Gradishar, who struck out in the 3rd. Reached on a walk and went around to 3rd on an error. That was in the last inning. Wisconsin with 3 errors. Really shooting themselves in the foot as Penn State brought around 4. Gradishar chops it to short. Conger throws to first in time.
Big momentum inning right here. Penn State's got to do whatever they can to keep this alive with Namath at the plate. Wisconsin definitely the hot hand after getting back into the run column in each of the past 2 innings. Could be huge going into the 7th if they get 1, 2, 3 right here.
First pitch to Namath, a called strike. That was the 118th pitch of the day for Shelby Jacobson. 1-1. That one goes in the dirt. Off speed, right back to Jacobson. What a play. Shelby Jacobson fields her position to perfection. Forces a 1-2-3 inning. Wisconsin trails by 1 with 1 last chance in the top of the 7th, but the defense brings momentum back to the Badgers. What a play by Shelby Jacobson. 3 outs left for Wisconsin, trying to tie it back up. Four 4-3 Penn State. Wisconsin with 1 last chance in the top of the 7th. What's next for the Badgers? They will go to Madison. Maryland coming to town, and then they'll go to West Lafayette before heading back home for 3 straight. Big Ten play rolls on for the Badgers. Jackie Showalter leads off in the top of the 7th. 8-9-1 due up for Wisconsin. But the back half of the order has been the best today for the Badgers. Showalter is 1 for 2 with a ground out and a home run. A solo shot in the 5th. She's ahead 2-1. Conger on deck. Addie Blomberg in the hole. The 2-1, skied to right field, and foul. Kara Bonner is out there in right field, replacing Frankie Flesher a couple innings ago. Count is even at 2-2. Bridget Namath trying to put the finishing touches on this game.
Hitter in the box. I think the call quickly from Antonio Flores was that she might have leaned into it.
Count remains 2-2.
Called it where it lied.
Oh, it's 3-2. Count is full from Namath to Showalter. And it's fouled back. These Wisconsin hitters have done a great job staying alive, making Namath work. Another one fouled back by Showalter. The 3-2. Another one into the stands. A battle between Namath and Showalter ends in a walk. Jackie Showalter, the leadoff hitter, is on board. Showalter will have a pinch runner. It'll be Sydney Spear, another one of the speedy freshman walk-ons on this Wisconsin team. In the 9-hole, it brings up Hannah Conger. She's 0 for 2 today. Hitting .371 on the season with runners on. Struck out looking and reached on an error. She squares up a bunt, and it's foul. Just barely.
Been bunting all afternoon, has Hannah Conger. Reached via the error from Abby Britton in the 5th inning. Trying to put together a sacrifice here.
Chamberlain checks Spear at first. The 1-1 from Namath. Conger drops it down, foul. Wisconsin needs at least one in this half inning to stay alive. The 1-2, low and in. Penn State wanted a called strike, they don't get it. Namath gets set for the 2-2. It's high and the count is full.
No movement in the bullpen.
The 3-2 fouled off again.
Fouled away.
The 3-2, and Conger doing everything she can, and it was dropped by a fan. He had it in his hands.
Took his hat off and apologized for the missed opportunity.
Namath set for the payoff pitch again. Conger right back at her, almost made the play, and Spear is safe at second. That was lasered back up the middle. Fell out of the glove of Namath, and Wisconsin has 2 on with nobody out.
Just a check from Flores to make sure Namath's okay. That one kind of takes your breath away a little bit as you see that one right back at her. Should go down as a single on the infield. But the offense resets now. The go-ahead run on first base to the top of the order with Emily Bojan.
It's Addie Blomberg instead of Emily Bojan. Blomberg stepped into right field. She squares up a bunt. It's foul.
And I think the way it worked was because Kendra Lewis was initially out in right field, they moved Blomberg into that top spot to take over the designated player role to keep Kendra Lewis within the order. But it does. Bunt popped up in the air back behind home plate.
Chamberlain couldn't locate it.
Blomberg actually taken out by Gradishar on that one in Gradishar's attempt to make a play. And they might talk that one over. I think it was just players in the wrong spot at the wrong time. You see Blomberg crash in. You see Gradishar pointing up towards the sky as she
wasn't going to get there.
Wasn't going to get there, but also was not making an active play on the ball. So that's what Corral might potentially be talking about. Could also be checking for Conger leaving early.
Umpires will discuss. This is only Addie Blomberg's second plate appearance of the year. She had one at UCLA. And her twin sister is on deck, Hillary.
This could add another fun level of chaos to what's been a back and forth affair. Wisco out in front early, a 2-0 lead going to the bottom of the fifth. Penn State strikes back with 4 of their own. And it's been a crawl back ever since.
Penn State will challenge for batter interference.
Kind of as we expected. A hard call to make with a play not exactly being made by Gradishar. She's not making a play on the ball. Blomberg running down the first base line as she should. Not out of place or anything. Drops her bat. And collides with Gradishar, who's not looking and kind of just pointing up at the sky, trying to give a spot to Chamberlain, who had turned the wrong way. We'll await a decision here.
4-3 Penn State in the top of the 7th.
A crucial call to make. You can kind of see Gradishar pointing up at the sky, not running necessarily with the ability to make a play on the ball, but a call that could drastically shift the outcome of this one. Runners on first and second, nobody out, including the go-ahead runner on first in Hannah Conger.
Umpires have made a decision. They've confirmed the call of no batter interference. So Addie Blomberg stays in the batter's box.
It looks like actually Emily Bojan has been reinserted.
Yep.
In the middle of this at-bat, because that's fun.
Rally visors on in the Wisconsin dugout as Emily Bojan will step back into the box. Bojan 0 for 2 today. The count will remain 0-2. First pitch that Bojan sees in this at-bat is in the dirt, and the count is 1-2. Emily Bojan batting .500 with runners in scoring position this year. The 1-2 is high.
Time is called. We're going to get another conversation between the umpires here. Not sure what this one was about. It was pretty fast. Making sure they have the count right, potentially. Wanting to make sure we're in a 2-2 count. I think that's what it was. Flores might have gotten himself lost in the count.
Namath's 2-2. It's upstairs. 3 straight balls. The count is full to Bojan. The 3-2 up the middle. Spear rounding third and coming home. She slides in safely. Conger headed for third. She's safe. Chamberlain comes all the way to get it. Wisconsin rallying in the top of the 7th. Emily Bojan rifles it up the middle. We're tied.
This game couldn't get any more fun. Now we've got another conversation with Coach Crowell. That seems to be the end of the line for Namath.
Bridget Namath's afternoon is done. Freshman Brevin Kelapouris will take the circle. Runners on second and third, nobody out in the top of the 7th, and it is 4-4. Back after this on Big Ten Plus as Brevin Kelapouris takes the circle. Wisconsin was down to its final 3 outs, but they've rallied to not only tie it, but put 2 runners in scoring position. And Brevin Kelapouris may intentionally walk Hillary Blomberg. She will. Penn State will load the bases.
In college softball, you get the fun task of throwing all 4 of the pitch-out pitches. Ooh, that went a little high. Haven't adopted the rule just yet of the instant intentional walk where no pitches have to be thrown. You still got to work for the intentional walk. And that will be it.
Hillary Blomberg will take first, and there will be a force at every bag. Nobody out, bases loaded, freshman pitcher in the circle.
And freshman walk-on at the plate in Danny Lucy. Moved up in the order to the 3 spot. No bigger chance right here.
She skies it in the infield. Barbonente and One Acre are there. One Acre makes the catch, and there's one away. That will bring up Kendra Lewis for the Badgers. Lewis 1 for 3 today. First pitch is away for a ball. The 1-0. Barbonente fields it, throws home. It's not in time. Conger comes around to score, and Wisconsin takes the lead. "5-4 in the top of the 7th. Kendra Lewis with an infield RBI single.
Probably give her the fielder's choice there. Yes, they will.
This one into right field. It stays fair from Olivia Burke. 1 around to score. A second comes around. Wisconsin up 3 runs. 2 more batted in by Olivia Burke. Just like that, it's 7-4 Badgers.
The Badgers finally found their offensive groove that they were waiting for. Double down the right field line, and it all starts with that small ball. A single on a bunt, pair of walks, a hard hit single through center field, and a fielder's choice, and all of a sudden you get one down the line and open up a 3-run lead, their biggest here this afternoon.
Addison Weary will pinch hit. Still 2 in scoring position with 1 out in the top of the 7th. What a big swing in this frame in favor of the Badgers. Six of 7 batters in this inning have reached.
It's a 7-4 run advantage, an 8-3 advantage in the hit column, and the rally caps for the Badgers have paid off.
The backwards upside down visors in the dugout working wonders. Addison Weary into the box. Batting 176 this year, but 222 with runners in scoring position. She has 2 of them with 1 out. The 2-0 from Kelapouris, hit to third, and Clausewitz makes the play. Great adjustment from Brooke Clausewitz for the 2nd out.
Now Whitten back to the plate for another 2-out at bat, the 9th batter of the inning to come up for the Wisconsin Badgers. Whitten's been clutch with 2 outs so far this series, and so far today, another chance here.
Swings at the first pitch and misses. She's batting .556 this year with 2 outs. The 0-1 outside. Lewis on third, Bark on second. 2 on, 2 out in the top of the 7th, and a 3-run lead for the Badgers. Whitten skies it foul. Count even at 2-2. The 2-2 pulled just foul.
I don't know how she managed to get her hands inside and through that softball. The lower half was late, and the hands came firing through to not only be on time, but to be early on that. Pulls it down the line, and Whitten, as we mentioned, has been on the heater all weekend.
The 2-2. Whitten drives it to left field. Hannick going back, and she makes the grab. Wisconsin, though, in the top of the 7th, brings across 4, and they lead it 7-4. And now it's Penn State that needs a response. They need 3 in the bottom of the 7th, which is next on Big Ten Plus. Shelby Jacobson has thrown 120 pitches today, and she's back in the circle trying to end it. Wisconsin leads 7-4 after bringing across 4 runs in the top of the 7th. Penn State needs 3 in this frame. They have the top of the order due up. Barbonente, Hannick, Clausewitz. Michaela Barbonente will lead off in the bottom of the 7th at a beautiful Beard Field.
Perfect weather out here today. Penn State will, in fact, need a perfect storm if they want to get back into this one.
Barbonente has walked twice, reached on an error, and came around to score once. Barbonente thinks it hit her.
Says it hit her. Flores is telling her to get back into the box.
She's saying it grazed her right knee. Here's another look.
Be hard to tell from this angle, unfortunately. It's gonna be hard to see a redirection of any sort from here. Definitely dropped that knee. You can see you're definitely trying to get it out of the way. Really hard to tell. I guess you'll get a potential challenge here from Penn State.
Penn State is challenging. It was tough to see from the straight on angle. Barbonente immediately said, that hit my knee. Here's Can't
really
see
hard
from
to
there
tell.
either.
Not a whole lot of change in the ball. You don't see Blomberg go in any direction, but you can definitely see Barbonente instantly signaling that it got a piece of her knee. Can't really see if the ball changes speed or direction in any way, shape, or form. There's a chance it could pass through from frame to frame. Maybe some angles that the umpires have access to that we do not up here in the booth. Once again, very possible that it did.
I have a feeling she would know best.
Correct.
She's the one that,
however,
felt it on her back knee.
At the umpire's discretion, of course. Call on the field is that it is just a ball.
As it stands, it's a 1-1 count.
Barbonente pretty adamant that it did clip a piece of her knee, though.
Michaela Barbonente still in the batter's box, but hoping that this call is overturned and she can take a free base to start the bottom of the 7th. Hannick waits on deck. She's 1 for 2. Clausewitz in the hole. She's 1 for 3. Here's the call. The call stands, and that was an emphatic stands. It was not confirmed, but the call on the field stands. There was not enough evidence to overturn it.
Meaning not enough evidence to overturn, but also not enough evidence to 100% confirm that it did not hit her. Usually with a call standing, it just means not enough to really change whatever the call on the field was. So if the call on the field had been that it hit her and Wisconsin had challenged, you're most likely going to get a call to stand that way as well.
So the count is 3-0 to Michaela Barbonente. Thought it was 1-1 at first, but it is 3-0 to Barbonente. From Jacobson. Barbonente lets it go by.
Barbonente been working walks and finding ways on base all weekend long. No bigger spot than right now to spark what needs to be a 3-run rally.
The 3-1. Called strike. Count is full.
Jacobson just been dealing this entire afternoon. 4 runs, 126 pitches.
Barbonente skies it to first. Showalter leaves it off, and it is caught by Whitten for the first out.
Shelby Jacobson just a masterclass here this afternoon. 6 1/3, giving up 4 hits, giving up 4 runs, only 2 of those runs earned. Just 1 strikeout on the day, 6 walks, but she's just been so efficient in getting batters out from AB to AB however she can.
Brings up Brianna Hannick, who lets a first pitch ball go by. Hannick is 1 for 2. Also drew a walk in the first inning. She fans on that one. It's 1-1. The 1-1, Hannick is out in front of.
6 1/3 marks the 2nd longest outing of the year. She actually threw all 10 innings in a 10-inning loss to Grand Canyon. Gave up only 2 runs.
Jacobson's 1-2. Inside.
That one a 10 strikeout performance. This one much different.
Just one today for Shelby Jacobson. Count runs full, just misses outside. Jacobson, a senior from Chicago, trying to get out of here with a series victory. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th and a 3-run advantage. The 3-2 is fouled off.
Hennick doesn't even know it, but she's just reached base via the walk.
She had no idea, but Hennick draws a walk. And Penn State has one on with 1 out. Brings up Brooke Clausewitz.
Sometimes you're just so dialed into wanting to get a big hit for your squad that you don't even think about it.
7th walk of the game given up by Jacobson. Brooke Clausewitz is 1 for 3 today. She had a triple in the 5th inning that brought in 2 runs. Clausewitz on the ground to 3rd. Bark to 2nd. It's in time. They got the lead runner. Hennick slid in. Penn State can't believe it, but the throw from Bark to Whitten was in time.
Coach Crowell instantly out of the dugout. She's going to want to look at this. A really bang-bang play there. It's all the question of if Hennick's if Hennick's top foot touches that base. I think the throw would have beaten her bottom leg. It's a question of if the top leg beats her to the bag. Remind you that is a forced play at the plate, and the call will have no replay. It's confirmed.
2 outs for Allison Oneacre. Clausewitz on first. Penn State trails by 3, down to their final out. Oneacre into the outfield, a base hit. A 2-out single, and Penn State has 2 aboard.
Hannah Jordan back to the plate. Excuse me, Jordan George. Don't know where I got the Hannah Jordan from. Jordan George to the plate.
The tying run. Clausewitz on second, Oneacre on first. George with 2 home runs today. George looking for her first 2-out hit of the season. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. She lets it go low. 1-1 to Jordan George. The junior in her 2nd year at Penn State after spending 1 at Pitt. Called strike. George and Penn State are down to their final strike. Count is 1-2. High and outside. 2-2.
141 pitches today for Shelby Jacobson. Might just need one more.
2 on, 2 out. Jacobson's 2-2. It's high. The count is full.
She only threw 133 in that 10-inning game against Grand Canyon and has surpassed that in just the 7-inning game here today.
Payoff pitch. On the ground to third. Bark stepped on the bag. She got the out. Or did she? She didn't. They're calling Clausewitz safe at third.
Looked like she collected it in time. The call on the field was, it looked like it was signaled out by the umpire. And they're saying a balk? Called maybe? By Jacobson on that pitch. Saying she didn't have her foot on the rubber seems to be the discussion. So they're calling an illegal pitch and a balk? Seems to be what the ruling on the field is.
There is the
She
pitch.
stepped in front of the rubber potentially. You can see the referee signaling, the only signal he made was a fair ball. And it looks like she might have stepped off the rubber.
Well, they called her out at third, but I don't think that's up for discussion.
Me neither. So the only way this game continues is if Jacobson had apparently thrown an illegal pitch, which would have been ball 4.
And this game will continue.
So that seems to be what goes on, is they call an illegal pitch, which then is a ball in the book, which creates ball 4, and instead of a ground out, it's a walk for Jordan George, who does get pinch ran for it first.
The winning run, Natalie Lido to the plate. First pitch she sees is in the dirt. Jordan Jokums is at first. 1 acre on second, Clausewitz on third. Big cut from Lido, swing and a miss.
This is when you need Natalie Lido to finally get herself back in her groove.
The 1-1. Penn State down to their final strike. On the ground to third. Bark steps on the bag, and that'll do it. Shelby Jacobson gets out of the jam, and Wisconsin wins 7-4 and takes the series. It was a battle, but the Badgers get it done. There's no question about this one. Olivia Bark ends it at third.
And a thriller of a game to end what was a phenomenal home opening series here at Beard Field. Wisconsin takes this one home 7-4. And the offensive firepower was really just a spray of 8 hits around, good base running, and a whole bunch of well-worked counts. 8 hits for the Badgers on the day. The highlight, a Jackie Showalter home run into left center field, and the Badgers come into Beard Field and take 2 of 3.
Shelby Jacobson with the complete game win as Wisconsin takes it 7-4. They won game 1 6-5. Penn State's offense responded in a 14-8 win yesterday. And Wisconsin takes game 3